All right. Let's get into these week 4 pick'ems. Week 1 went 8-8, average, not great. Week 2 followed that up with a solid 12-4. And last week, or this last past week, I went 9-7. So we're still positive, but not great. Hoping to bounce back here week 4 of the NFL season. I believe this is the last week without any team on a bye. So we once again have um, 16 games to pick from for the final week of the season before the bye weeks kick in. Starting with the Thursday night football game, my Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers. Um, if you guys recall, if you don't, please check past videos. Week 1, I picked against the Lions. I was wrong. Week 2, I picked against the Lions. I was correct. Week 3, I picked the Lions to win. I was correct. So they're 2-1. I'm also 2-1 the uh, when picking the Lions on the road. Thursday night football, coming off a short week but a dominating performance over Atlanta. Detroit Lions win this week, go to 3-1. Atlanta and Jacksonville. Jacksonville coming off an embarrassing loss to the Houston Texans. Atlanta coming off an embarrassing loss to the Detroit Lions. Both teams look terrible. This game, however, is being played in London. And because it's being played in London, Jacksonville basically their second home. Jacksonville wins in London. Miami Dolphins and Buffalo Bills. Miami just had that absolute shellacking of the Denver Broncos. I don't even remember who the Bills played last week. Let me take one look at that real quick. Oh, they're coming off a shellacking of the Commanders. So both teams coming off big dominating performances. But the Bills at home. Give me the Bills at home over the Dolphins. Dolphins lose their first game of the season. Oh man, in a game that literally nobody cares about, in a game that might be the first one to 17 points wins, the 0-3 Denver Broncos, who come off an absolute devastating performance against the Miami Dolphins, against the 0-3 Bears, who came off a devastating performance against the Chiefs. I don't even know who to pick in this one. Honestly, it might just end in a tie. Both teams being that bad that it just ends in a tie. But the Bears are an absolute dumpster fire. The Broncos are a dumpster fire too. But I think the Broncos are less of a dumpster fire than the Bears. Broncos win their first game of the season in a close game in which might see the first 2-17 win. The Ravens and the Browns, both teams off to decent starts. Browns came off a pretty solid win over the Titans. The Ravens coming over off an overtime loss at home to the Colts with a backup quarterback. So this one is tough. AFC North matchup. Always tough to pick the North. Give me the Browns, though, at home over the Ravens. The Bengals and the Titans. This one's pretty easy. Joe Burrow has been. I didn't expect Joe Burrow to play yesterday. Joe Burrow played yesterday. Bengals won. He looks like he's healthy again. So the Bengals beat the Titans, who are kind of falling and spiraling out of control with Derrick Henry kind of on his last legs. You can see it. He has to carry. Tannehill definitely not the guy in Tennessee. Tennessee in kind of a need of a rebuild. Vrabel definitely not at fault here for that though. Tennessee on the downward spiral, so Cincinnati takes advantage as they go 2-2 and continue their run into the Super Bowl. the Los Angeles Rams and the Colts. The Rams offense couldn't get going yesterday on Monday. The Colts picked up a nice overtime victory over the Ravens. I think Gardner Minshew starts for this game as well for the Colts, but give me the Rams over the Colts to go. Both teams will go to 500. Who wins this matchup? Jameis Winston will play his former team in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as Derek Carr is dealing with a shoulder injury, expected to miss a few weeks. Even in the loss, Baker Mayfield still looks like a quality quarterback for Tampa Bay. Give me the red-hot Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The defense being the difference, and this one, Jameis Winston suffering a loss against his former squad. NFC East matchup, Eagles go to 4-0. Pretty easy. Commanders offense will have no answer for defense will have no answer for Jalen Hurts in that offense. Minnesota and Carolina, another battle of 0-3. Minnesota last year 11-0 in one-score games. This season, they are 0-3 in one-score games. Still no Bryce Young for Carolina, so Minnesota will pick up the win. Until Bryce Young comes back, I don't think Carolina has much of a shot. They don't have much of a shot with Bryce Young, but Bryce Young gives them at least a better chance to win. Pittsburgh Steelers, Houston Texans. Texans picked up a big win over the Jags. Steelers picked up a win over the Vegas Raiders. They also have a win over Monday night over the Browns. I'm just glad this is not a primetime game. Making us suffer through Pittsburgh's offense in primetime is an embarrassment, and the NFL should be ashamed of themselves for making us watch Pittsburgh the last 2 weeks in primetime. But with that being said, CJ Stroud has been playing great, but the Texans aren't there yet. Pittsburgh gets the win. Chargers, a bounce back over the Raiders, and pick up a win there. The Patriots and the Dallas Cowboys. Now, before the Trayvon Diggs injury, I might have said the Cowboys win this one. But I think the Cowboys are starting to spiral. Losing to a team like the Cardinals is not good. And the Cowboys' downward spiral continues. The Patriots pick up a big road win over the Cowboys to go to 500. Cardinals and 49ers, a big win for the Niners on Sunday, for the Cardinals on Sunday, but 49ers are just good, and they will continue to be good. They go to 4-0 as they look to battle the Eagles for supremacy in the NFC. The Chiefs and the Jets, if Aaron Rodgers was in this game, the Jets would probably win with Aaron Rodgers, but with Zach Wilson as your quarterback, no chance. Chiefs win, go to 3-1, continuing the hot streak since the Lions loss. Why is this Monday night? Why are you making me suffer through the Giants on primetime? Will not be watching this game. However, Seattle, Geno Smith win. Big over the Giants. Give me Seattle. And that is my Week 3 pick'ems. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I can't can we get a good primetime matchup? You made me suffer through a terrible offensive game yesterday. And then Sunday night we had to suffer through freaking Pittsburgh and Vegas. Week 1 we had to suffer through the Giants get blown out 40-0. Last week we had to suffer through the Steelers again, and the freaking Panthers and Saints. Like, when are these primetime games going to start getting good? But yeah, after going 9-7 last week, I'm hoping for a big bounce back. And that is my Week 4 pick'ems. New videos will be on the way. But wanted to get that out of the way before Thursday this week. If anything changes, I will update it, but I don't think much will change before then. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do.